5:33 p.m. and bringing you another iteration of mylottodata.com. Um, let's just get into it. Family, I want you to take a look at cash or pick three, and this is Florida. I promise other folks I'm going to get some other states in, but I'm, born and raised in Florida from Miami. So I always got to show love to my birth state. But any rate, family, let's kind of go into this again because I'm posting some stuff on Facebook and I just don't think people are getting it. And oh man, you know what I think it is? I think what's going on is that my approach to lottery and lottery wins is so revolutionary. Like people can't adjust their minds to believe that this is happening. And but I'm gonna endeavor to keeping on to show people that this does happen. So as you guys remember, the last time I talked about adding some new tools to consecutive draws, you could see it here. This is the hit ratio. This is the hit count. This is the month. These are the dates. These are the values from these dates. And these are the values that came out. So I could probably change this wording a little bit. But I just want you to see it for yourself, right? So hit count, 9, right? I also want you to see the total number of draws that have happened. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 draws, right? Out of 13 draws, 9 of them have come from this month. So even if you're kind of coming into this late, at some point you're gonna hit this thing because it's just gonna put out the data in such a way that you just can't ignore it. So I want people to visually see this, and I'm gonna sort of like calm myself a little bit because to me it's just fascinating every time it does this. So here's the 13th. The 13th was, I'm not even sure what day that was. When was the 13th? I'm bringing this up. The 13th was Monday. So we started this on Monday. 205, 250 came out. Then we had Tuesday. 750 came out, 075. Then you had the 14th. So we got the midday and the evening, 310, 013. Then we got this fantastic number that I never played, but it was a triple, right? And I'm going to highlight it. I'm not even going to play around. I'm going to show you guys at the bottom, and I'm going to include the entire month. And I'm just going to put 2015-08 here. So you'll see it condensed. So I can show you guys the screen a little bit. So you'll see it. These are all the dates or all the draws for 2015-08. You guys could see it right here. These are all the draws. So you see the 205, there's the 250 right there. You see it? You see the 750, here's the 075 right there. You see the 310, here's the 013 right here. You see the 888, then you also see the 342 or the 432. It's all in here, family. What this tool is doing, it's pulling the data from I already have it. It's a database now. I don't even have to pull this data from the Florida Lottery website. We have that data. We're able to go back to 2015-08 and look at what data is trending. What this tool does, it looks at dates in the past to predict future dates. And what you guys are seeing here is what I call a trend. Like I had another call and I was explaining to somebody what is a trend. Family 13, 14, 14, 15, 16, 17. that to me, you don't get any more sequential than that. It didn't even miss a day. Every day, a win has come from this year month profile. I even added this sums tool here just in case, it started trending with the sums. You could just play sums alone. But that didn't happen. So we don't really have to look at that. But the bottom line is if you're really a real gambler, like a bettor, and you're like, hey, how can I increase my odds of winning with this tool with data? And you don't even care. Let's say you're not even a pick three or pick four, or you're not any type of pick anything, but you're just a gambler and like a good odd system when you see it. This is it, family. This is it. I like to tell people that I don't have a system. And I hope when I say that, it separates me from the other people who keep coming up with systems that say, take a number over here, put it over here, then put it on the top, then put it on the bottom, and then that's the number you play. I am not saying any of that. I'm not saying don't do that. If it wins for you, then do it. But a lot of times I talk to people and they don't have a lot of wins. They don't have a history of even knowing how to win. And they have that anxiety where you want to play something, but you're not playing it with any type of strategy. I don't even like using that word because people throw that word around and you make it seem like it's a really cool word, but it's not, because there's so many systems and tools out there, and I think it's confusing for a lot of people. My hope is in this video, somebody will see that I'm not trying to scam them or come up with some special thing that only I understand. I am showing you dates. You see that? Dates. The premise of this tool is that dates in the past will show you what the future wins will be. Let me say that again. Dates in the past will point you to future wins. I don't think it gets any more explanatory than this. You can see with your own eyes that August 2015, you see all of this 2015 August profile, the last 9 wins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The last 9 wins. There's a total of 13, I think I counted. Was it 13 I counted? Something like that. 9 out of 13 wins have come from this month. This is the month. These are all the numbers from that month. So if I exclude these here, right, this is what I have left over. 016 came out, or 1601 came out for pick 4. Maybe that's the next one to come out. I even showed you guys when you expand this, you can reduce this count because there's other numbers that have come out before. I'm also having another tool I'm adding to consecutive draws where it's going to tell you which numbers have come out before, like if there's 60 days due or 30 days due or even like 15 days due. It's gonna give that information to you so you can reduce this list. So instead of just excluding past winners based on this profile here, it's going to exclude past winners based on the history of these numbers. So I can't look at this and tell which numbers came out 60 days ago or even last year. But I think that'd be fascinating to know which numbers did do that. At any rate, family, every time I look at stuff like this, I just get excited. It's showing you this is the highest hit ratio here. And imagine if you had caught this right here. I'm pretty sure I did a video on the 15th, somewhere around the 15th and 16th, explaining to folks, look, man, this data that's where this data is coming from. So I'm going to leave it at that. I mean, seeing is believing, family. We're looking at consecutive draws. I think this is probably one of the most powerful tools I'm actually making this tool even better. You know, even as we speak, I got some code in the pipeline to make this even better. Even better means we're reducing this list of numbers here. I personally don't think 50 numbers is a lot of numbers if you're trying to win, because you see some of these have duplicates in them. So it's not 50 numbers anyway. But we reduce this. I might even have to raise the prices because once I put this in here, and you guys consistently see again. And let me tell you something else. This is one of my challenges. I don't play every day, but when I do play, I like to bet big. And I have a tendency to not bet the same numbers that I played the day before. I need to stop doing that because for example, I'll play midday and then for some reason it'll miss. Like, for example, I think I played, no, I hit this 633 here, but I did something the other day where this was the midday. Yeah. I didn't hit this because I had excluded it or something. And then I was like, oh man, whatever. I need to work on like being patient and then just get these numbers like really low. I'll also show you something else that I think is going to be powerful, family. You see how these numbers here, 829, and you see that 829 complement, and you see how that still happened within the same week. So just sort of kind of go with me for a second. Imagine I'm giving you a tool and the tool is saying on the 13th, right? Here's the 829 win, right? On the 13th, the number that came out was from 2015, 829. Bear with me on this, family, because I want y'all to really hear what I'm saying. So on the 13th, which was a Monday, we found that 205 came out, which a permutation of that is 250. It's right. Oh, come on. Now I can't find it. Oh, because I excluded it. It's right here. Right? Now, suppose I gave you a tool that said, okay, I know the next number. It may not be the following day, but in this case, it was the following day. Just give me the 29th. Just give me everything that came on the 29th, right? Which is this number right here. How aggressively will you bet knowing that all you have to do is give me the number that also came on the 29th? I don't know if that's sinking in yet, but I think it will. All of this gets reduced. Instead of 16 numbers, we're talking about here. Let me bring it up this way. I think I have it over here. I want to share this tab. All right. So you guys are looking at the Florida Lottery website, right? And again, we already have this data. So here's what I'm talking about. Here's the 250, family. You guys see that? Suppose in mylottodata.com, I just say, okay, forget all of these other numbers up here. Just give me everything. Just give me the complimentary date and just play that. It's just one number. You see it. You see it. This is the Florida Lottery website. Pick 3 results. There's no games. There's no switching of numbers around. Suppose I just said, okay, 250 we know came out. Let me just play the complement of that, which is 013. And you see it came out. I'm going to go back to it right here, family. You see that. On the 29th, you see the 250. And also on the 29th, you see the 013. Suppose I just gave you that and said bet. I would have bet the farm. I would have said bet. Let me just bet, put like $1,000 on it. Family, do you see how that separates you from everybody? Like people are just, I watch it on Facebook all the time. People are just coming up with numbers. They're like, hey, I just feel good about this. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I don't know where y'all are getting that from. If somebody for one said, hey, this is the data, this is what the data says to play, I promise you I would rock with that. But I've yet to see somebody say this is where the data is coming from. Family, I am telling you, this is where the data is coming from. Here's another scenario. So that's just we're only looking at the 12 through the 18. But I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to show you a little bit more of this, so you guys really get where I'm coming from. It's going to refresh again, and I'm going to put it back on 2015-08, right? Well, okay. I guess this is what's even more powerful about it. So even 2015-08, we didn't get any new numbers. So yeah, most of this data is coming from. Well, actually, let me check something else. Because it could be it wasn't a consecutive draw. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. So check this out, family. You're looking at data, the 2015 through '08 again. You're just looking at it through another tool. And you see the consecutive draw started right here, the 13th. That's when we started tracking it at the 205. But I had some belief that, more numbers had come out, and you guys can see that it did. So I'm going to sort this. So we're looking from the first all the way to the 18th. So that's 36 numbers. But here's what I'm getting at, family. So here's the 29th, and there's the 250, right? Suppose I said, man, just give me the complement of that 29, right? The next day. How aggressively would you bet knowing that? And here's another one. I mean, these are not as close, but I mean, you guys can get where I'm going with this. Here's the 27th, and here's the 25th, and here's the 24th, and here's the 22nd. Now, the 22nd, this was the following the complement. This was the 750. But again, I don't know. I think this is probably a little better telling when you sort it this way. What I'm getting at is, if all you needed to play was just a complement of a number, how powerful would that be? Even right here, you see what I'm saying? Here's 8-5, and here's the other 8-5. So if all you had to do was just say, you know what, man, I'm gonna just continue to play the complement of this 8-5. Do you see how that changes the whole game of how y'all play? Right? Give me, hey, this number, hey, on the 13th, 205 came out. And everybody asks this question, what number should I play? Play the complement of that 29th, August 2015. And bam, you would have been sitting back, and you know how you feel when you get those winning tickets. You'd be like, man, I'm the smartest person in the world. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Family, it does that. It does stuff like that all the time. And I'm not even talking about the duplicates yet. We haven't even gotten into duplicates. You see, there's no duplicates here. Once you get into the duplicates, it's ridiculous. But the data does it, family. I'm not going to continue to keep driving home this point. Hopefully somebody from Florida who's just maybe, God is trying to move them in some kind of way, and they see this and they're like, hey, I want them to put a little bread in their pocket. They come across this video, and then to me, it doesn't get any more blatant. I think the challenge is there's so much data. No, it's not that. There's so much information about how guys should bet. Let me take that back. There's so much information. I think it's noise. There's so much out there in terms of systems and strategies and solutions and gurus. And I'm saying that's not anything I'm doing. I am telling you, family, even if you go out there and do it yourself, you could check it right here. See, the 707, where was that? I think we saw that somewhere. Wait, let me go back to it. There was a 077 that happened on the 5th, and then you had a 131 that happened on the 5th. So if I go back to the Florida Lottery website and I look for the 5th, oh, wait a minute, I want it on this one, and I put it on the 5th. You see the 077 and the 131. That's all I'm saying, family. That's all I'm saying. It's the past date, these past dates, when they start to trend, that's how you guys should be playing the lottery, family. And when you see it, then just bet big, because you know that number, that complement number, is around the corner. Like, I even think this 404 is coming because of this 888. I really do believe that these numbers have a tendency to just complement each other. Like, hey, 888 came out, let me do 404 next. I've seen it. If you guys eventually get this tool and you start looking at some of the history of some of these numbers, I'm telling you, it's fascinating as hell. Like, what these numbers do when they repeat, it's just fascinating as hell. And I don't even think I got all of this yet. I'm still like scratching the surface of what, how these numbers repeat. But I'm telling you, family, once I find it, I'm going to bring it to you. You guys are going to have it. That's why having a subscription to mylottodata.com is going to be your best tool to win. It's, to me, I don't think there's any other way. This is not a system. This is not, some number trickery. We're looking at past dates to predict future dates. That's it, family. I'll see y'all on the other side.